Hello you guys, this is the Fallout What If here, and today I'm going to be doing what if Deku was the Atom, or the reincarnation of Adam. And to sum it up, I forgot to mention this to Rico Toa. I don't know if he wants me to do, I know he wants me to do what if Punisher Deku, Cosmic, what if Deku was the Cosmic Ghost Rider and was in the Ruby universe of Grimm. I don't know what that intentionally means, but I will do that just after I'm done with this video, or probably an hour after that. And second of all, I don't know about the whole freaking female Rico thing. I like the whole gym shorts and hold on, let's see. Like, I think this is what you want me to like. If you want me to put you as well in there. I don't really... Okay, I can do that. I don't actually know if you're actually a chick, or you have a... Nah, let's, you know... You know what I mean. I don't know if you're a guy or a chick or a dude. And half Samoa? Oh, sheesh. And let me guess. I hate the... I hate... Hold on, give me a second here. I hate these... Oh, jeez. Beautiful. Love you. Kissy face. What the heck? I don't get that these days. I know it's all fake. That's the sad part of it all. Let's see. Yeah, pretty much you got me. You just told me to put Ghost Rider in Grimm. That's Deku, and then I guess put you as a female character. And let me go. Oh, I got two Tearless, Alto and Misty Bull. So both of you, welcome to the channel now. And yeah, pretty much I'm going to do what if Deku was the reincarnation of Adam. Now, anyway, most of you guys said yes to One For All. And I was actually happy that you guys did this, because now I get to actually open up possibilities. Now, starting with Deku's powers that have circuitry in it. What do I mean by this? Well, in the anime Fate or something like that, Unlimited Blade Works, they were giving I think Shino magical, what was that word? Magical circuits. So yeah, Deku has circuits in his whole body, but it's not actual circuits. It glows, all right? It glows. And as it glows, it means that he's storing up energy, or he's using his energy. Now, Deku will also have hardening. His quirk would also include hardening, due to the fact that his body is sometimes turns into steel. That happens, Deku's now turning into a freaking not machine, but his memories and all that stuff are. And also, like I said, it's going to be female Bakugo and Kendo as the two people for him to go out with. So yeah, pretty much that's it. Now, where we start off is Deku, I think, having to train with All Might, 10-month period. Him actually you can use full cowling, but it's much more different. Electricity doesn't come out of his whole body. Only the circuits, change into little lightning patterns. But it has those like little circles, so you can see that it's like little it's little connections going up and down and back and forth, basically tattooed on his whole body. That's how it will show full cowling. But wind will still be around him, and the more powerful he gets, the more, I guess electricity will come out. Now, Deku is trained to his maximum, and he can use at least a good 10%. Knowing how to only use boxing, and he only knows a little bit of footwork, he's just basically going to destroy things left and right with the left hook and right hook, jab, jab, uppercut. And now we go to the freaking I think UA entrance exam. Bakugo is already doing stupid things. Deku is telling her to knock it off, and it's like, but Deku, do we really have to do this right now? And Deku says, "Shut up. I was supposed to take also, what is those thing called? I was going to be given a pass and have a recommendation from All Might. And I did this so I can prove to myself and prove to others that I don't need a recommendation for me. So, you need to calm down and just keep quiet, listen to the, what's his name again? Yeah, President Mike, and all will be squared. Bakugo, like, freaking pouts and says, alright, fine, you jerk. And Deku just says, oh, jeez. Because here, Bakugo isn't, like, she isn't a freaking, bully or anything like that, because he always, like, showed off his superiority. So, the more superior he was, the more Bakugo was more chilled. But this doesn't mean she doesn't have a hot-headed attitude. And she's not freaking kind at all. She's still kind of like the same as Bakugo, but nicer to some people. And really nice to Deku, because she knows that he'll just pound her to the ground. But she has a crush on him. He doesn't know this. And this is basically now where we start the whole freaking scene. Deku just goes, talks to Ida and tells him to shut up, because Ida is complaining about the whole zero-pointer thing, and because there's two students that are talking. Deku saying, you should just pay attention to the teacher and not us. If we're distracting you, then yes, I do apologize. But this doesn't mean I have to hear you talking about me. Unless you really are talking to me. Sits down and says, I'm going to McDonald's after this. And Ida's like, but what the heck? You're not gonna tell the kid nothing but me? President Mike just doing what he does. And now we go to the freaking running thing. Deku trying to get in front, but Deku thinks he's trying to go to a Chaco. Deku is told by Ida to not go and talk to that girl. Deku saying, look, you've been a pain in you've been a pain in the butt for a while now. Just zip it and let me just go into the front. Ida grabbing his hand and says, no, you're going to talk to that girl, and I know it. Deku says, shoot, I don't have time for this. Punches Ida straight in the gut, and Ida falls to the floor, breathing heavily. Deku just goes to the other side, because Deku's attitude is like a punk. Rocky hasn't taught him a lot of manners, but Inko has. But Deku is pretty much, he's in between. So he's nice, but he's also mean. So now, here we go. Deku runs after when freaking, what's his face? President Mike says 3, 2, 1, but Deku just already goes and heads out. Everybody complains, but freaking President Mike says there's no bell or there's no freaking countdown in a real battle. And now Deku's just going around basically doing the Superman punch. And this is actually pretty effective. It goes through the freaking robot much more easier and faster. And Deku's getting attacked, but he usually dodges by just going side to side, punching some of the robots in the gut and then doing an uppercut or doing some jabs to them. And using all for one 10%, his circuits start to show and his eyes start to turn blue. Him running much more faster now, and everybody's seeing this, but they're all like, okay, so this kid's quirk might have to do with, they don't pretty much know a thing of what Deku's doing or what his quirk is, but Deku just says, my quirk is pretty complex, so I do not want to explain it to all you guys. Now, everything happens. Deku actually doesn't get like up to 300, but he gets around 250. That's what people might say. But when Deku has to run and save Ochako, he gets at least a good 70 hero points. And since the zero-pointer actually isn't freaking... How do I say it? Wasn't actually... didn't actually have points. Deku would just run up to the zero-pointer, start hitting the freaking sides, and keep hitting the parts where it usually has to do to keep balance. Deku destroying one of the freaking tracks, cutting off the freaking, how do I say it, the tracks with his hands. And you guys might say, well, wouldn't he be bleeding and all that? Well, no. Full cowling plus hardening equals really good expectations of surviving, or at least not cutting yourself to death with it. So he basically keeps punching and punching and punching until it becomes a hole, and then he starts punching in the bottom of the section here, running up inside and just coming out of the chest, doing a Superman punch. After that, him climbing up to the freaking head and storing up all the energy and power into his left hook, basically doing an uppercut, or no, up to his left hand, doing an uppercut, and his fist is like crimson red, blood red. Why? You might say, because his hands turn red at times when he does when he gets mad or fights, because it's more like a quirk that shows that he's ready to fight. It's much more harder, but not like steel. Combine that with the steel that Deku's quirk has and his reincarnation self, and basically you have a burning uppercut. Now, he gets 300, and let's see, 50 plus, 320 points, and that's it. 2 weeks go by, All Might says you passed, and Deku's pretty happy. His mom is happy. His father, he doesn't actually care. He only cares about his son being happy, and since he passed and he's happy, Rocky's happy. Now, Rocky, what has he been doing all this time? Well, he's just a stay-at-home dad. Training all the time. He's been training himself because that's what he does. That's the thing he does the most. He's still like at least a good 30. He's 30, I guess. I would say he'll be 30. And yeah, pretty much, well, 10 years has passed for Deku. So yeah, he'll probably be in his 40s now. Inko would probably still be, I guess, 37 or 38. Deku's saying, Mom, I passed. And she won't be skinny, but she won't be fat. She's kind of in between, because pretty much she doesn't have to worry about money, but taking care of Rocky and taking care of Deku, yeah, that kind of puts a toll on her. But she's still okay. She's not freaking fat, and she's not skinny. She's in between. Now, Deku goes into class. Ida gets mad at freaking Bakugo because her skirt is showing a little bit too much skin. And Kendo's in this class because she's trained a little bit more harder. Deku's talked to her in the past, and he's fond of her because she's not always yapping her mouth, just like Bakugo. But because of Bakugo's what's called strength and her determination to always fight, he respects that about her. So, what happens now? Deku just goes and sits down. Ida gets mad, talks to him. Or no, yeah. He talks to him and says, look what you made me do. I almost failed because of you. And Deku says, if you didn't distract me, and if you weren't trying to be a pain in the ass, then I wouldn't have punched you in the stomach. You pretty much deserved it yourself. And like I said before, I was trying to get to the front of the line, and you thought I was talking to some girl. This is when Ochako says, oh, hey, thank you for saving me, and all that good stuff. So, the whole quirk apprehension test happens. Mineta still gets the boot. Deku, actually using full cowling, throws it up, gets a good 900. Bakugo, since she trained a little bit more, gets at least a good 800. Freaking Kendo would probably get, let's see, she'll still get like 5th place because her quirk doesn't actually revolve around her like whole strength. It only revolves the strength around her arms. Deku's running basically first because he's been running most of his life with his father, and with full cowling, yeah, pretty much beats Ida, at least by a couple of seconds. Whew. Now, Deku talks to Kendo and Bakugo because he gets bored. Freaking, what's his face? Aizawa doesn't actually take away his quirk because he doesn't actually, like, he knows about how Deku works, and he doesn't actually, how do I say it? He's not actually a freaking, I don't know how to say this, but he doesn't see him as anything but just Deku. He doesn't disrespect him that way. And so, yeah, the whole thing with Deku throwing the ball, yeah, it's just a one-time thing. So now, let's see, what else? Okay, the Heroes versus Villains exam. Now, Deku has been talking to freaking Bakugo, saying, oh, looks like I'm gonna verse you. Who's your partner? Deku, Katsuki saying what's called Kendo. And let's just keep Ochako there. So Deku is ready to rumble. And what does he do? He just starts running to freaking Bakugo and Kendo. Now, Kendo and Bakugo don't know what to do, but they're just talking and saying, alright, so we have to have a plan. They're going to come here in probably a good 10 to 15 minutes due to the fact that the maze is pretty long. And yeah, pretty much they're talking for a while. But this is when Kendo says, so, do you like Deku? Katsuki kind of blushing and saying, no, what about you? Do you like Deku? And she says, yeah, pretty much I like him. He's sweet, he's cute, and plus he's been nice to me ever since the time you bullied me. And Bakugo kind of gets mad and says, the reason why I bullied you was because your hands were so freaking big. It wasn't my fault that you were born with that kind of quirk. It was just funny. And Kendo says, yeah, but you were being a jerk back then. And she said, and freaking Katsuki says, yeah, I might have been a jerk, but it doesn't mean I hated you. And she says, you didn't hate me? So why'd you bully me? And she just says, because it was just funny for me. It's pretty much what I do. Kendo saying, oh, okay, well, next time you shouldn't do that, alright? Katsuki says, don't tell me what to do. Kendo just rolling her eyes and saying, oh, she'll never change, won't she? Hold on. She will never change, will she? Now, this is when Deku just slams freaking the door. Or no, he punches through the door. And basically the door breaks. Kendo and Bakugo just see Deku right there. Well, they see a cloud of smoke and they just see the blue eyes. And then after that, the tattoos, or not, it's not tattoos, but hold on, give me a second here. Oh, jeez, wrong one. Okay, if you guys see this on the screen right now, these are magic circuits. Basically like that. Or it's kind of like this. This is how Deku's, like, skin is right now. A lot of it on his arms and legs, some on his face, a lot on his chest, but his costume is different as well. So it looks like this. The circuits itself, give me a second. Okay, as you can see right here, he's going to have the freaking, not the gloves, but he's going to have a bit of metal pieces on him. And it's some from the freaking Atom, since Rocky wanted to make him a costume. That the robot look, well, to give him the same look as the robot, he's going to have a headband. Freaking, let's see. Pretty much some of the stuff that's on here, like if you could see right here, the guard shields or something like that for like the biceps. And yeah, that's pretty much it right there. So, okay, let's just cut right here. Now, the whole thing with Deku just running up to Bakugo, exploding him, Deku being pushed back, but then running again. This is when, what's her face? Kendo says, what are you doing? You might kill him. And Bakugo says this, yeah, this doesn't actually affect Deku as much. He's pretty much some kind of, like, machine or some kind of demon, because every time you try to hurt him, he just comes back swinging. And this is from his father's side, not from his reincarnation. So Deku just keeps pushing himself, punching the freaking air. And what do I mean by punching the air? Every time freaking Bakugo explodes him or lays out an explosion, Deku just punches the air, which knocks back some of the freaking explosion or the fire itself, which doesn't hurt Deku. Well, which won't hurt Deku at all. So, this is when freaking, what's her face? Kendo just runs and says, look, I'll take him from the back, you take him from the front. This is when Katsuki says, don't tell me what to do, dang it. And Kendo's like, jeez, can't even listen to her own partner, can she? And Deku just notices freaking Kendo hitting him full force in the freaking face. Deku being pushed back, but he goes around Kendo, grabbing her and doing a leg sweep. But wait a minute, Fallout. What the heck are you talking about? I thought he was only doing boxing. Well, give me 2 seconds here, people. Okay, the magic of the pause button, people. This is Apachai Hopachai. The guy on the left. No, never mind. The guy on the right. He is one of the best Muay Thai boxers in the world, which I was going to give out as a secret, but this is Deku's freaking grandfather. I'm putting too much of this stuff on here. This is so fun. Now, Apachai is from freaking Kenichi, the world, history's strongest disciple, Kenichi, and this is going to be Inko's father. Now, Deku has learned from Apachai, and Apachai has fought with Rocky before, but due to freaking Apachai's strong, his brute strength itself, he could knock out freaking not Rambo, he can knock out freaking Rocky no problem. But he treats Rocky like family, so it's full of love. No hate, no nothing. But Deku wanted to become strong. And you guys, well, one of you guys said to make sure that Deku has trained to the max. And Deku can train to the max with the help of a Muay Thai boxer, which is Apachai Hopachai. So, he learns different techniques like kicking and tackling. Not only that, grappling techniques. Because if you guys thought Deku was just going to be a boxer itself, you guys are in for a rude awakening. Now, Deku just goes around and just tosses freaking, freaking Kendo to Bakugo. Bakugo holding her hands to grab freaking, what's her face? Yeah, Kendo. Bakugo's grabbing her, or holding her hands up for Kendo. And this is when Deku just runs super fast, doing a freaking knee to the gut. Freaking grabbing Kendo and Bakugo, and this is when he touches the freaking the bomb, and all is fair. So Deku's team wins. Freaking Ochako wasn't needed. Yeah, both of them are technically Kendo's still awake, but Bakugo is on the floor, or not on the floor. She's passed out. So, Deku is basically the winner, and yeah. So, I'm going to cut it off here, and there will be a big announcement after I do the Cosmic Ghost Rider thing. Yeah. Pretty much it right there. This is the Fallout. What if you're... Bye.